right. So I made a video a while back, and it was talking about validation, and we have to get out of this habit. I'm gonna make this thing short, or as short as possible. We have to get out of this mindset of thinking that people, places, or things, material things, can somehow validate who and what we are. And the truth of the matter is that they can't, and they will not. No matter how much we mass, how much we gather, how much we buy or purchase, or how many people that we're around, what group we're around, what social status that group have, is that nothing outside of ourselves can validate who and what we are. Only you can do that. And so when we have that mindset, what we find sometimes is that your emotions and your self-image is comparable to like a roller coaster. Because just when you think you have it, it changes. Just when you think you got it all together, it changes. And so you must look within yourself. That's the only true form or true way, by spending time with yourself, by investing time in yourself, by spending that time to invest and develop and to to look within yourself. It's the only way that you will find that true meaning of what it is to be validated. And so for many years that urge or that desire or that need to turn to people or things or whatever the situation may be to validate or to somehow define who you are, and it never lasts. It's never lasting. And so how many times have we gotten into a relationship, or how many times we may have lost a relationship, or how many times we gotten a job, or how many times we've lost a job, how many times we don't become part of a group or an organization, and then we're no longer that, and then so we're lost in the mix of trying to discover who we are. And so you must know that self-confidence, that self-esteem, is that you must know who you are, you must know what you are, and you must love and accept who you are. And so we have to, it's just not going to last. And so it comes within. That light shines from inside out. And so we attract what we put out. And so you are the only one that can truly validate and know who and what you are. And so that process takes place by listening to yourself, by spending time with yourself. And so also find also is that so many people are so uncomfortable, as we've seen in the while going through this courting, is that so many people are so afraid to spend time with themselves, to spend time alone, to spend time to get to know their themselves. And so what happens is that we gather things, we surround ourselves by people. We feel as though if we can get this job, or if we reach this destination, that somehow that it's going to validate who and what I am. And so truth of the matter is that it doesn't work. And so when you have an understanding and you have an awareness of yourself, no matter what comes and what goes, your self-image stays. And so people get into relationships, for an example, and then that relationship, for whatever reason, that relationship ends and they're just devastated. They don't lost all sense or understanding of self, because somehow we felt that if we became this person, or we became that thing or that person, or we had those finances, or we did this thing, that somehow that not only make us, but the flip side about that is just that somehow if we became something other than ourselves, that please that other person, and it doesn't, and it doesn't last. And so I say to thy own self be true, and so you must validate yourself. You must know who you are. You must know self, and so validate yourself. And so one of the ways that for me, was able to tap into this and discover this, aside from the fact of just going through the breakthrough, breakup, come, coming through the grieving process, just losing them, parent, and just spending a lot of time by myself and just relying on or just hoping expectations, but that's another video. But I can say that even in the midst of all of that, I was able to discover who Jesse Lloyd was. And I remember just asking a couple months ago of just how do I get inspired? How do I get remotivated? And the answer came in the form of what makes you happy. Who are you? What brings you joy? What's your purpose? And so when I began to answer those questions and gain understanding that, I found my purpose. By discovering who God was and discovering just going back to the basics, that I discovered who I was by having that understanding that I'm a reflection of that. And so as I look and I jotted down and I started writing down those things that make me happy. And for me, I love helping people. I love sharing experiences with people. I love aiding and assisting people in transforming their lives and living their best lives. And so I know that that's my calling. I know that as my calling to aid and assist people with getting free and finding their joy and finding themselves. And so that's my purpose is to leave this world one person at a time, a little bit better than position-wise than what I arrived at. And so I say, and so with that being said, I just challenge you to basically just discover who you are, as 2020 is a year of just dreams and just manifestations and just the blessings that is on its way, that we all may continue to grow on our journey and our understanding of self and in self-love. And I am relaunching my life coach blog and my services, and this is a service that I provide. But the purpose of this video is to challenge self, to discover, to spend time, to develop you. And so I'd like to start that conversation. You can leave your comments in the comment section. Subscribe, support, and let's take the self-development, the acceptance, and self-love to a whole nother level. Who are you? What do you want? What makes you happy? What motivates you? What inspires you? Those are all of those questions that each and every one of us should be able to ask ourselves. Drop your comments in the comment section, and I'd like to start that dialogue. Let's connect to our true selves. To that little boy, that little girl who used to be so hopeful and had all of those dreams, had all of those things that just made them happy and just brought them joy. Where did they go? Again, I ask you to subscribe, I ask you to share, and I ask you to support either on the YouTube channel, which I'm going to share the link to my blog, simpleloveinc.com, and I challenge you. This is our year. And so in order for us to fully receive the blessings and the breakthroughs and those things that the Most High have for us, is that we must do away one brick at a time with those things that stand in our way. And it begins with our journey of self-discovery. Until next time, thank you for watching.